The Victoria Line runs from Walthamstow Central in northeast London via many railway termini to Brixton in South London. In terms of construction, it is the second newest line on the London Underground, originally opening in 1968. It also runs with the newest trains on the deep level network. So why not come with me as I take you through the history of the Victoria Line? Our story begins in the years just after the Second World War, when London was facing many issues. One of these issues was that the London Underground was becoming very congested as the city's population grew. At the time, only 4 lines served the main central area of London, and it was becoming apparent that new lines were needed in order to ease the congestion in the existing system. In 1948, a route for a new line was proposed that was able to connect many of the mainline termini in London, mainly Victoria, King's Cross, Euston, and St Pancras. The route was modified many times, but was by the early 1960s the plan was finally approved for the new line to run from Walthamstow Central to Victoria, and was given the name the Victoria Line. Construction of the line began in 1962, and one of the first tasks was to dig out a new ticket hall underneath Oxford Circus, which required a large steel umbrella to be erected over the circus itself, to allow traffic to continue flowing while the new station was being excavated. At the same time, along the line, the digging of tunnels had commenced, with advanced rotary tunnel diggers that had replaced the great head tunnelling shields that had been used since the 1890s. In 1964, a significant diversion was undertaken at Finsbury Park, where the southbound Piccadilly line was diverted to one of the old Northern City Line platforms, with that line being cut short to Drayton Park. The former southbound Piccadilly line platform was taken over by the Victoria Line, and the other Northern City Line platform was also taken over by the Victoria Line. On September 1st, 1968, the first section of the new Victoria Line was opened from Walthamstow to Highbury and Islington, and then, on December 1st, trains began to run as far as Warren Street. The line was officially opened by the Queen on March 7th, 1969. The line was a significant leap in technology, due to it being the first automatic underground railway in the world, with the new 1967 stock trains ordered for the line capable of automatic operation, where a driver would only operate the doors and take control of the train in case of an emergency. Every new station on the line had special tiling motifs designed for it. Londonist has a very good video talking about each of them and what they mean. Before the initial line had even been completed, plans of an extension of the line south of the river to Brixton had been approved. Construction began almost immediately after the first section was completed. However, on this line they used older style great head tunnelling shields instead of a rotary digger. This new extension from Victoria to Brixton was opened on July 23, 1971. It was the first extension of the tube south of the river since the Northern Line in 1926. Pimlico Station, fine enough, the only station on the line not to connect with any other station, was opened on September 14, 1972. Since 1972, not much has happened on the Victoria Line. One of the platforms at Oxford Circus was damaged by fire in 1984, however the line was not affected by the King's Cross fire in 1987. By the early 2000s, it was becoming apparent that the 67 stock trains were getting old, and were in need of replacement. Some concepts were proposed, like a concept called Space Train, that would have been a non-separate train with connected carriages. However, eventually, new trains were ordered from Bombardier, now Alstom, the same company that built the new S7 and S8 stock for the subsurface lines. These new trains began service on the line in 2010 and did away with the automatic driving system. The final 1967 stock train ran on the Victoria Line on June 30th, 2011. Well, there you have it. That's the story of the Victoria Line. A surprisingly interesting one, to say the least. It's been a while since I last made one of these videos, so I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment on what video you guys want to see next. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay awesome.